Okay, so here is the kitchen. Okay, we will go to the second bedroom. Come on, let's go. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Kaiman Zuraimi and I am from FP1155H. Okay, so today I am going to do my REM 317 individual assignment task, which was to inspect a strata title house. Okay, so let's go. So here we are. This is the property that I am going to inspect. But firstly, before I start my inspection, I want to talk about strata title first. So basically, we all know strata title stands for housing like flat, apartment or condominium. For our general information, there are also a landed strata title house. For example, you can look at Pasir Gudang Johor, Ecotropic. That is one of a landed strata title house project developed by EcoWorld. Okay, so we will start our inspection now. But firstly, before we start our inspection, we must make sure that we have all the tools to make this inspection. As for example, firstly, checklist, and then a pen, and surely a camera, so that you can take a picture of the defect. Okay, so that starts the inspection. Let's go. So basically, we will start to inspect with inspecting the interior of the household. I mean the outside of the house. Okay, so like we can see here, this thing shouldn't be here. It's not necessary. It's useless wire. It could be dangerous to children. Okay, so what to do when you see this? Firstly, you must take picture. Okay, other than that, come here. Look at this. This thing should not be here. As a property manager, we must make sure all of the area of the property that we manage is clean. So we must take this away. Okay, this thing should also not be here. It must be moved. Okay, so let's go inside the house. Okay, that squeaky sound with this grill is already rusty. So we must put some oil in here so the squeaky noise will disappear. Firstly, when we inspecting the house, the first thing we see is the door. So like you can see here, the door works very well. No defects detected. Okay, so come inside. So firstly, we must check whether the lamp and the fan are working properly or not. Okay, so this is the switch. Oh. Okay, so both of them work perfectly fine. Okay, so they work very well. Okay, so come here. This is a defect. It should not be like this. It should be installed properly. So we must repair it because it can be dangerous to the resident that live here. Okay, so take a picture first. After that, we look at the wall. Okay, so the wall basically is in a good condition. The sound is still compact. There is no hole in this wall. Okay. Okay. After that, we look at the tiles. Okay, like we can see here, these tiles are still in a good condition and looks very new. Okay, after that, come here. Now we look at the window. Like you can see here, the window is in a perfect condition. So no repairing needed. This wire we will remove after this. Okay. Look at the other window. Okay, so look here. This is not necessary. We must repair it. So take a picture first for our report, and then we must make sure that this thing will be repaired. Okay, so for your information, this house has 2 rooms and 2 bathrooms. Okay, now we will go to inspect the first room. Let's go. So the door is still in a good condition. The door works well. Okay, the lock also works well. Okay, come in. Okay, look at here. This should not be here. It is dangerous. If someone stumble upon it, they can fall and get hurt. Okay, now we will check whether the lamp is in a good condition or not. Okay, so let me see, it is in a good condition. but the Swiss is not a good condition. The paint is too much and it touch the Swiss, so it is not proper. So we need to change the Swiss. Okay, just now we done checking the hall. Okay, now we will check the first room. Okay, so firstly we check whether the window is in a good condition or not. Okay, so like we can see here, this window are working perfectly very well. So, so no repairing needed, as all of them are still in a good condition. Okay, now let's go for the tiles. Looks like all of them are still in a good condition. As for the walls, okay, the walls are also in a good condition. Oh, you see that? That is a defect. Come here. So, like you can see here, there is a hole in here. We cannot let it be like this. We must do something. So, first, take a picture. Okay, then, as a solution, this should be plastered. So, there will be no hole at here anymore. Okay, later on, we will plaster this. We will go to the second bedroom. Come on, let's go. So this is the second bedroom. Okay, so this is it. It means that this door is bigger than the frame. So we must change the door, or else the problem will keep happening. If a resident is here, they will surely complain about this. Okay, so come in. Okay, firstly we check whether the lamp is functioning well or not. Okay, like you can see, the lamp is functioning very well. Okay, so okay, come here. The paint is also too over until it touch the Swiss, so we must change the Swiss because it is not proper. Okay, then we check the wall. Okay, these walls are still in a good condition, surely. As for the tiles, they are also in a good condition. Okay, now we check the window. Okay. Okay. Like we can see here, it's a little hard to open this window because it's already rusty. So as a solution, we must whether put some oil or change it. Okay, so I will take a picture first to put it in my report. Okay, now that's all for the second room. Now let's go to the kitchen. Let's go. Okay, so here is the kitchen. Okay, firstly, we will inspect the wall first. The wall is still in a good condition, and the tiles are still also in a good condition and looks very new. As for the tabletop, it is also in a good condition, no defects detected. Okay, for the sink, the pipe works very well, and the sink are still also in a good condition. Come here. The sink are still in a good condition, no defects detected. Okay, as for the under the sink, okay, so the piping is still in a good condition, still wrapped up with plastic, and the pipe is still it's a little bit loose here. It's a little bit loose here, so we need to tight it for safety purpose maybe. As for the window is still in a good condition. This thing should not be here. If it has contact with water, it would be dangerous. So we will move it later. For the window, they are all still in a good condition, but a little bit dirty. Later on we will clean it up. Yes, as for the cabinets, the cabinets are all in a good condition, working very well. No defect detected. Okay, now let's go to the bathroom. Okay, so actually this house has two bathrooms. The first one is for shower, and the second one is for toilet. Okay, so let's check the shower whether it works or not. Okay, the shower works very well, and the pipe also still working very well. Okay, so for this bathroom, the only defect that I detected was the wall was quite dirty. So we will later on paint it back. Okay, other than that, there are no defects that I detected. The piping are still strong, so no repairing needed. Okay, as for the toilet, the pipes are still working, and the flush are also working. Later on, we will repaint the wall of this shower and this toilet to make it look more proper. So, last but not least, we will go to the washing machine area. So like you see, this is the washing machine. Still in a good condition. Okay, there is a pipe and there is a plug. The grill is rusty, so later we will paint it. Or if we didn't, the resident will surely complain about the rusty grill. Okay. Oh, you see that? See that? Yes, that is because of leakage of the plumbing. Okay, so later we will call the plumber to detect whether the leakage is because of this floor or the upper floor. Okay, I want to tick the checklist. Okay, now we have already checked all of the interior and exterior of the house. Okay, now let's go. Okay, now we're done inspecting the house, but as a property manager, it's not just the house that we need to inspect. We also need to inspect the facility of the property that we manage. As for example, if your property has playground, so you must inspect the playground because it is our responsible. If the property that you conduct have a waste disposal area, you must make sure that it will be managed properly, so there will be no report lodged to your office. Okay, now we will check the waste disposal area. Let's go. Okay, so basically this is the waste disposal area for the third floor. Okay, so like you can see here, this area is rusty, so we must put some oil. And the place is dirty, so we must clean it as it is not proper. This is also a scope of work for a property manager. You must make sure your workers do their work perfectly. Okay, so that's all for my REM 317 assignment, inspection skill. Okay, so thank you. Stay safe, stay away from corona, and stay healthy. Okay, so that's all for the inspection part. As for now, I will explain on how the property management will react if someone lodge a report to us. Okay, so as for example, let's say the situation here, if someone lodge a report about the interfloor leakage that happened in his residence. Okay, so according to the Strata Management Act, Part 15, Act 55, if someone lodge a report, the property manager should react within 5 days, or the resident will have the rights either to sue or do any other suitable action in order to get his right. In 5 days, we will react to the report that was made, and we will send a plumber to check the leakage. Okay, so after we send the plumber will investigate whether the leakage was caused by himself or it was caused by the resident that lives upper floor. So after the plumber done investigating the cause of the leakage, so let's say if the leakage was caused by the resident that live upper floor, so we as a property manager, we will meet and slow talk with the resident that live upper floor and explain about what happened. So when we slow talk with the resident that live upper floor, we will either ask for a sum of compensation in order to fix the problem, or he fix it by himself because he is the cause of this defect. Okay, so if the resident that live upper floor still didn't cooperate with us, we will bring him down in order to make him see that he caused the leakage. So he can see that because of him the leakage happened or the defect happened. Okay, but if he still insists of cooperating, we will surely bring the case to court. We will bring the case to housing tribunal. But obviously, if we bring this case to court, it surely will cost a lot of money as it involves a lawyer and judge. So we will need to pay for the lawyer fee. Other than that, it also costs us our time, as in order to take this case to court, it take a longer time. And last but not least, surely we don't want the resident that live upper floor to be fined. So in order to prevent this, we must make sure that the resident that live upper floor either pay us a sum of money for the compensation, or try to fix it by themselves. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you.